Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are doing great out there. If you like the content that I give you, give me 2 thumbs up. I really appreciate it. So what's going on in the world of the gig economy? Well, so far, if there's one thing that I've learned about doing the gig work and being out here long enough, is basically knowing your worth, knowing what works for you, knowing how to make the right amount of money and accept the right kind of offers for yourself that make a difference. Now, I don't know what that would mean to you, just like you don't know what it means to me. I have my way of making my money, knowing what offers to take, knowing what I'm accepting. For instance, right now I'm on DoorDash, okay? And here, I'll show you right now what my acceptance rate actually looks like. And here's my ratings right here. If you can see my acceptance rate, it's extremely low. Very extremely low. Do you know that when my acceptance rate is low, I make more money? What a paradox. So I don't follow my acceptance rate at all because I follow what matters to me. I don't take any lowball offers. I don't really do that platinum stuff, that silver stuff. I don't do any of that stuff. I realize that when I have a very, very low acceptance rate, I make more money. I also notice too that I stay within a certain area. I don't go far away. I've also learned too that when you apply a time block, meaning if I start, say, at 11 o'clock and I end at 8 o'clock, and this is for you diehards out there like me who actually work this for a living, okay? When you actually do it that way, again, you keep your miles low and your dollar amounts very high, okay? And that's key. That's very, very important because you want to be able to do that. You want to be able to keep your miles low and dollar amounts high. That's the way it works, okay? By doing it that way, you're putting less weight. Look, it's enough that you're putting enough wear and tear in your car. I'm actually accepting a delivery right now for Sparks right here. Okay, good mile to mile ratio. It also involves too the now when I take a delivery, okay, very important, I always pause all the other apps. This way nothing comes through. So right now I pause DoorDash. I'll be ending up in a certain area, so now I'll turn it right back on, okay? There is a total science and a skill to doing this. So you just don't take every delivery because the app is not built for you. The only way you sustain yourself on these apps is if you study your market very well, you pick the right type of deliveries that make sense to you, ignore the noise, the acceptance rates and all that stuff. That's just noise, okay? I basically know my market very well to know what works for me to keep the miles low and the dollar amounts high. That's the most important thing to me. So when my acceptance rate is like at 0, I'm doing great. So it's like paradoxical. It's the opposite, okay? If my acceptance rate is very high, that means I'm working a lot harder and I'm putting a lot more miles on my car. Now, that's me. That's my psychology, okay? There are people out there that do want their acceptance rate very high. They want to take every delivery. They want to keep working all the time constantly. And hey, I applaud you. But the beauty of this is that you can work it any way you want. You're not at the mercy of a boss telling you what to do or saying, hey, you have to work it this way, or hey, you have to work it that way. No, you're not at that mercy at all, which is really cool. Once you find a good rhythm, once you know your market very well, once you know what to do and how to do it, then what you create for yourself is a playbook. Just like sports people have playbooks, you develop systems for yourself. This is my market, I work my market. These are my hours, I work my hours. I stay within my hours, I stay within my market, and I make money. And it becomes consistent. It becomes an income stream that's very, very consistent all the time. So by you creating your own playbook, by you staying within your own rules, okay? Because let me tell you something. Most people want autonomy. Most people want to be their own boss. But to be your own boss, you have to have a high level of discipline with that freedom. You have to know that if I work this many hours, I'll make this much money to cover this much expenses. Or you have to be able to know how to actually work your market so well that you're able to make that money on a consistent basis all the time, okay? Now, I've been doing this for 7 years, so I know my market very well. It's a skill. I'm an operator, okay? So I know how to make my money and how to harvest the money out of my market consistently. The only sad part, and I can't really say it's a sad part, but the only thing that's really tough is for me to go back to a 9-to-5 job. Because now that I know that I can earn my own money, I don't have to have anyone telling me how to do it. I can do it on my own by myself. That's not really a curse, that's a blessing if you think about it. And for all you people out there that are actually doing this and making money from it and deciding to use it as an income stream while you look for a job, that is great. Because that basically means if you do it the right way, you call the shots. So you could easily go out in any job interview, get a job, work at it for 6 months or a year. And if it turns out to be bad for you, instead of collecting unemployment, you come back out again, leave the job, get away from it, and make your money. It's that simple. We're living in a very, very powerful time right now where the gig economy is still thriving. It's still strong. If you know how to use it the right way, if you're following my channel, if you're doing everything in your market to know your market very well, the restaurants, the places, and you know how to multi-app the right way, and you build your own solid playbook that works for you, you can make consistent money. And it doesn't matter how many people come into the gig economy, okay? Because some people will come in and they won't have any discipline and they won't last very long. Some people will come in, they'll study the market, they'll work it to the best of their ability, and they'll get seduced by it, and they're not going to want to go back to the regular world. And then you'll have those very unique people that will come in, get seduced by it, but then say, you know what, maybe I'll go try out a job, and if it doesn't work out, I can just leave like that, go back into the gigs, look for another job. It's all in the way you look at it. It's your life. The way you look at it is all on you. Reality is subjective. It doesn't really matter. You do you. And I'm telling you straight out, all these channels that say that the gig economy is dead and this and that, that's just negative crap just to be able to get clicks. Everybody's attracted to the negative bias and negativity. But in reality, I want to feed you that reality. I want to tell you that the money is still out here. All you have to do is know how to work it. Know your restaurants, know your time frames. Do not only use one app, try to use 2 and combine them together within a certain number of hours, and you will make consistent income. And if you want to still keep doing the silvers and the platinums on DoorDash, knock yourself out. Okay? That's the beauty of this gig economy. You can build it any way you want. I can be the most laziest delivery driver in the world and still make money. Okay? And still make money. All right? So the money is definitely out here. You can get it, you can have it. And I'm telling you that it's out here. Okay? Don't listen to those channels that tell you, oh, the gig economy is dead. Oh, DoorDash is not doing it. Don't listen to those. Don't listen to them. Trust me, and I'm going to be very blunt and very honest with you. If you're going to listen to them, then you're going to be one of those people that makes my life a lot more easier. Because that basically means that they're going to believe what they're saying, and then more people are going to leave the market, which frees up more money for me. And honestly, I'm a guy with abundance. I believe in abundance, and I believe in sharing good news with the world. And I just don't believe that the gig economy is dead. It's all really up to you. You have to decide. If you have any questions or any comments, leave them below. Let me know. And let's support each other in this gig world, man, because it's still strong. Have a great day.